The flashing red and blue lights weren't from a squad car tearing toward an emergency. They pulsed from the county sheriff's SUV parked calmly in our driveway, while Karen Petton flailed her clipboard like a sword on our lawn, yelling about illegal parking. My wife, Sarah, stepped out of the house in full uniform, her sheriff's badge glinting in the morning sun. Karen was mid-rant, demanding an arrest for vehicular trespassing, when Sarah's cool, steady voice cut through the noise. "Ma'am, I am the law." 3 months earlier, we had moved into Pine Valley Estates, a perfect suburban neighborhood in Riverside County. Every house was an identical slice of Americana. Lawns were trimmed to HOA specs, and we'd thought it the perfect place to settle after Sarah's promotion to county sheriff. Her official department-issued Ford Explorer was parked in our driveway, clearly marked with a sheriff's badge and to protect and serve emblazoned on the side. Karen Petton, the HOA president, took issue with it immediately. She was in her 50s, with platinum hair, high-end outfits, and the unmistakable aura of someone whose favorite hobby was enforcing rules. She introduced herself on move-in day, clipboard in hand, rattling off HOA guidelines while glaring at Sarah's cruiser like it was a biohazard. "Commercial vehicles aren't allowed in driveways," she chirped with a tight smile. Sarah explained, politely but firmly, that her vehicle was a government-issued emergency unit, fully exempt. Karen's smile tightened even more. "We'll see about that," she sniffed, heels clicking as she stalked away. Within a week, the notes began. Passive-aggressive notices tucked under our windshield wipers, taped to the door, even sent by certified mail. Violation: commercial vehicle in residential zone. Each one cited a different HOA bylaw or rule. Sarah shrugged them off, collecting them in what she jokingly called her Karen file. But I could tell it was chipping away at her. After 12-hour shifts protecting the county, she'd come home to find yet another fluorescent orange violation notice, waiting like a bad joke. I tried to handle it through official channels. At the next HOA meeting, the community center was full, but no one seemed engaged as Karen droned on for 45 minutes about the proper hue of mailbox paint. When I finally raised my hand during new business, her eyes lit up like a hawk spotting a rabbit. "Yes, Mr. Thompson," she asked with syrupy sweetness. I stood. "I'd like to address the situation with my wife's sheriff's vehicle. It's not a commercial car, it's a government emergency vehicle. She needs it accessible for calls." Karen's smile twitched. "The HOA rules are very clear about maintaining visual standards," she said, drawing out every word. "That vehicle is an eyesore." A ripple of murmurs spread through the room. Our neighbor Tom Chen cut in. "Karen, it's a sheriff's car, not a dump truck." But Karen didn't care. "If you can't abide by the standards of Pine Valley Estates, perhaps this isn't the right community for you." Then came the escalation. Letters arrived from a law office Karen's brother, in-laws, I later found out, threatening us with $500 per day fines. Supposedly, we were in breach of HOA regulations. Sarah raided them with a dry chuckle. "Let them try. I've got the county attorney on speed dial." Still, the constant harassment wore on her. Our dream home had turned into a passive-aggressive war zone. The turning point came one morning after a brutal shift. Sarah had parked temporarily at the curb to grab her forgotten lunch. She was inside for less than 5 minutes when we heard yelling. Karen was outside, phone to her ear, shouting into it. "Yes, 911, I need police right away. There's an abandoned government vehicle creating a public safety hazard." I watched through the blinds as Sarah, sandwich in hand, calmly put it down and straightened her uniform. Then she walked outside with the quiet authority that made her so damn good at her job. "Ma'am," she said evenly, "please step away from the vehicle." Karen spun around, red-faced and furious. "Don't you dare tell me what to do. I'm calling the real police." That's when Sarah opened her badge wallet. The gold glinted in the light. "Ma'am, I am the real police. I'm Sheriff Sarah Thompson. This is my assigned vehicle." Karen's expression collapsed. Her mouth moved, but no words came out. The 911 operator was still on the line when a patrol unit pulled up. Out stepped Deputy Martinez, who had attended Sarah's swearing in. Sheriff Thompson, he said, instantly straightening. We received a call about an abandoned vehicle. Sarah nodded toward Karen. Mrs. Pettin called it in. She's upset about where I park. Martinez glanced at Karen, his mouth twitching. I see, and the emergency is. She was parked on the curb. It violates HOA rules. Karen snapped. Martinez pulled out his notepad, but not for the reason Karen thought. Ma'am, misuse of 911 is a misdemeanor. You used emergency services for a housing dispute. Karen's eyes widened, but she was breaking the law. Sarah stepped in, calm but firm. Please also document ongoing harassment via repeated notices about a government vehicle. I'd like it officially recorded. Martinez nodded. Sheriff, would you like to press charges? Sarah thought a moment. No, a formal warning will suffice, but I want it on file. Turning to Karen, she said, emergency and law enforcement vehicles are exempt from HOA parking rules under California Civil Code Section 4714. Every notice you've sent, every threat, has been legally meaningless. Karen opened her mouth to argue, but neighbors had started to gather, phones recording. Tom Chen called out, We've seen her harass the sheriff for months. Mrs. Rodriguez added, I like seeing that cruiser. It makes me feel safer. Martinez handed Karen a warning citation. Ma'am, this is a formal notice. Any future false reports may lead to criminal charges. Sheriff Thompson also has grounds for a restraining order. Karen stared at the paper like it was written in Latin. You can't do this. I'm the HOA president. Sarah's voice was calm but ironclad. And I'm the county sheriff. Your authority stops at lawn maintenance. Mine covers the law. The cruiser stays. The neighbors burst into applause. Someone shouted, finally, in the following weeks, the change was immediate. No more notices. Karen couldn't meet our eyes. At the next HOA meeting, she looked deflated. When she opened the floor for new business, Tom Chen stood. I move we update our bylaws to formally exempt law enforcement and emergency vehicles from parking restrictions. It passed unanimously. Karen abstained, but then came the shocker. Mrs. Rodriguez stood. I move for a vote of no confidence in the current HOA president. Karen paled. You can't, we can. Rodriguez replied, holding up the bylaws. The vote was cast. 87% voted to remove Karen. She sat frozen, her power slipping away. Tom Chen was elected president by a landslide. As the meeting adjourned, Karen gathered her clipboard and papers with shaking hands. I overheard her muttering, $23,000 in legal fees, for nothing. Her brother, in-law's firm, had been charging her for every bogus letter. She walked out alone, heels echoing down the empty tile floor, leaving behind a ruined reputation, a mountain of debt, and the bitter lesson that you don't win battles by picking fights with the law, especially when the law lives next door.